he left right after that, and when I went in the house, Jeannie had supper rest sitting on the table waiting for me. She knew since he didn't come in the house that he wouldn't be there very long, you know. So, and I didn't tell her what he had said. And it was a week or so before she realized that I wasn't smoking anymore. I had the cigarettes in my pocket and the cigarette lighter, but I wasn't smoking them. But I carried those cigarettes till my package just about wore out. And then I threw them away in the trash can and gave the lighter away.
Well, how did Mother react to that?
Well, when she found out, she was sore because I didn't tell her.
So what?
Said here, I smoke a cigarette maybe once or twice a day, and you probably smoke a package of cigarettes every day. See? So, but anyway, it wasn't but just a little while after that till I was ordained as a deacon, and the captain that was in our church was a deacon too. He was a chairman of the deacons, and we had one civilian that was a deacon also, and but the pastor's heart got to beating so fast that they couldn't even keep count of how many times it was beating. It was just like a flood, you know. And he resigned from our church, and that's when we got a guy from Mississippi. You remember?
I can't remember his name.
I'll think of it in a minute.
Hancock?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can't remember his
And
first name.
They took a trip from Mississippi. They came to California, and they were down at were coming in to the San Diego area, and we were about 40 miles north of San Diego. And I called the area missionary and told him we needed somebody for Wednesday night meeting, you know. So he said, okay. Said, I got a fellow that called me and told me that they'd be here on Tuesday. So the next day he was in our church.
That's okay.
And we called him to be the pastor of our church that night. The reason I know the reason that was done so fast. The next week, both of them left California, and he went. He retired.
Former pastor.
From the captain. I'll call his name anytime. I haven't thought of it yet. He was going back to the East somewhere on the East Coast, and the pastor went to Dallas,
Hmm.
and he was the eighth open heart surgery in Dallas,
Wow.
in Baylor Hospital, Dallas.
Hmm.
So
And he came through it.
he went back and pastored the church that he had it first before he went.
Oh.
I'll have to tell you, did I put it on tape about starting the seminary out there in California?
No, with the 4 people? No, I don't think you did.
Well,
It's not on here.
his wife was a pianist, and he was a minister, and there was 4 more ministers up in this LA area, not LA. Frisco area.
Oh, San Francisco area.
Yeah,
Mhm.
San Francisco
Mhm.
area. Right, pretty close to where the seminary is now, where they first started the one in the garage.
Mhm.
That's where they started
That's
meeting.
something.
And they started teaching people to be ministers or how to take care of church business and all of that kind of thing. And but that was the beginning of Golden Gate Seminary.
Hmm.
And he left there because of his heart problem.
Mhm.
And when he went there, I went to San Francisco to go overseas. He was told by the Army, I guess that's where he was. I'm not sure what branch of the service he was with, but he was with one of them,
Mhm.
and he told him, he said, "Well, I'm away out here in California now, so I don't know what I'll do."
Hmm.
So he got a church too, and they started a church, and they preached, in their churches, and had the school, and
That's something.
so that's the way it
Mhm.
got started.
Mhm.
Did you ever go see Golden Gate Seminary?
Did I what?
Did you ever go visit Golden Gate Seminary and him?
Well, that's where Robert got his doctorate.
Oh.
And he was on the staff.
I was there.
He was
But he was there for 5 years.
he was
Oh.
he was dean of students and then became a vice president for student relations and taught spiritual formation.
Wow.
So.
And he got his doctorate about 6 hours after she was born.
Our daughter.
Her
Lori.
daughter
Okay.
was born.
These 2 momentous occasions coming up, and I went into labor the night before graduation, and she was born at 3:24 in the morning, and graduation was at 10:30, and Robert was in charge of graduation. So he was with me, and then he went home, and my parents and Robert's parents, his parents, were there, and they all, and our boys, and they all went to graduation, and I was in the hospital. It's quite a day.
So what's the story of you getting saved?
Just stop for just a second.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, go ahead. One day the preacher in tell you about the church first. It was called the Rock Church, the old Rock Church. And we only had services once a month. It was a quarter time church. Now, and that meant you only got one service or 12 services a year. Well, I was just 11 years old, and that day was the first day that I guess I was, well, the Lord just opened my ears and I heard the message that day. And the first thing he said was, that I remember, was that if you were to die today, do you know you'd go to heaven? And I'd heard about heaven and read about the scriptures and everything, and I had no idea. Nobody had ever told me how to be saved or anything. See? And I guess Dad and Mother thought I wasn't old enough to make that decision yet. You know, they were probably teenagers or maybe, well, there's no telling what age they were when they made their decisions. See? But that day, on the way home, I was standing up in the back of the buggy, and they were both sitting in the. We just had one seat in it. The rest of us kids were in the back seat, in the back, you know. And I don't even remember how many children there was there. And everything except what I was talking to them, I told them I was crying because I didn't know. And I wanted to know. I wanted to know. I wanted to be sure. So when they started telling me about, say, what Jesus did and how he taught his disciples, that I know now. I didn't know then that, but I know now what they were telling me, because it was what they did for a lot of people that needed to be saved, you know. And that's one of the reasons they had a door open for any young people to come to the house anytime they needed to. So that was a real blessing for me, because I was 5 years older than my sister, and that gave me a chance to be with somebody closer to my age, and that really helped out that way. And now, a lot of times the first thing I'll ask somebody when I see them and talking to them, well, say for instance, when I got my hip broke, I asked 3 people if they knew Jesus as their Lord and Savior, and if they knew for sure that if they died today they'd go to heaven. When I asked them, they said no. And before we got out of there, out of the hospital, there was 3 people saved.
Wow.